Sofia Alvarez was just 23. Every morning, she woke up at 5 a.m., packed her mother's medicine, kissed her little brother goodbye, and caught the first bus to the Silver Oak, the most luxurious restaurant in downtown Chicago. She wasn't born rich. She was born in a small village in Honduras, where her father had taught her the beauty of words, in 5 languages. Knowledge, he always said, is the only treasure that can never be stolen. But after her father passed away, Sofia became the treasure her family had left, and life forced her to trade books for trays, dreams for shifts, and silence for survival. That night, the restaurant glowed with golden chandeliers and laughter from Chicago's elite. One table, however, drew all attention. Mr. Charles Donovan, a billionaire real estate mogul known for his arrogance and cruel jokes, had arrived with his entourage. He tossed his diamond watch on the table and snapped his fingers. "Waitress. Over here. English only, okay?" he said loudly. Sofia smiled politely and nodded. But the moment she opened her mouth, her accent slipped, soft and melodic, not native. Charles smirked. "Oh, wow. That's cute. You must be new to the English thing. Tell you what, if you can serve me my order without messing up a single word in English, I'll give you $1,000. Sound fun?" His friends laughed. Cameras came out. Sofia froze, embarrassed, humiliated. She could have walked away. But she didn't. Because behind her trembling smile, she carried something far heavier than shame, dignity. So, she nodded and said softly, "All right, sir. I accept." Charles leaned back, amused. "Perfect. Let's see what the little waitress can do." Chapter 2, The Languages of Dignity. As the night went on, Sofia served them flawlessly, not a word wrong, not a gesture missed. She balanced trays, recited menu items, and poured wine with precision. But every time she spoke, Charles would repeat her words mockingly, exaggerating her accent, turning her fluency into a circus act. Finally, when she brought out dessert, he stood up and clapped. "Ladies and gentlemen," he announced to the restaurant, "our brilliant multilingual waitress survived the English challenge." Laughter broke out. Sofia's heart pounded. She felt her father's words echo inside her, "Never let them make your language a weapon against you." She set the tray down, straightened her uniform, and looked directly at Charles. "Thank you, sir," she said calmly. "But, would you like me to serve you in French now?" The table went quiet. Charles blinked. "What did you say?" Sofia smiled faintly, and her tone changed. "Souhaitez-vous que je vous serve en français, monsieur?" Her accent was flawless, elegant, native level. Gasps rippled through the tables. She continued, switching seamlessly. "Or perhaps, in Italian? Vuol che lo porti un altro bicchiere di vino?" Charles's jaw dropped. Her voice grew firmer. "Maybe in German? Möchten Sie noch etwas bestellen?" The restaurant fell silent. The once laughing crowd was now staring at her in disbelief. And finally, in perfect Mandarin, she said, "Would you like me to serve you in Chinese?" Every word landed like thunder. Charles's hand froze above his wallet. His friends exchanged uneasy glances, their smirks gone. Sofia stepped closer, her voice steady, calm, proud. "You offered me $1,000 to speak English," she said. "But language is not a price tag. It's a bridge, one you've never cared to cross." Then she turned, her chin lifted high, and walked away. The restaurant erupted, not in laughter, but in applause. Every waiter, every diner, even the manager stood up. Some were clapping. Some were crying. Charles sat there, red-faced, speechless, the billionaire brought to silence by a waitress who had nothing but words. The aftermath. The next day, a video from that night went viral. Someone had recorded the entire scene, from Charles's mockery to Sophia's multilingual moment of triumph. Within hours, the 5-language waitress was trending everywhere. News anchors called her the voice of dignity. Universities reached out, offering her scholarships. And Charles Donovan? His PR team was in flames. A week later, he showed up again at Silver Oak, this time, humbler. He waited quietly for Sophia to approach, hat in hand. "I came to apologize," he said quietly. "I shouldn't have." But Sophia interrupted gently. "You don't owe me an apology, sir. You owe it to the next person you underestimate." Charles looked down, ashamed. Then he handed her an envelope. Inside was a check, $50,000. "I want to fund your education," he said. "I can't erase what I did, but maybe I can help fix what the world often does to people like you." Sophia looked at him, searching for sincerity. And for the first time, she saw not arrogance, but remorse. She accepted the check, not for the money, but for what it represented. Change. Months later, she stood on a university stage, giving her first speech in English, fluent, confident, radiant. She began with the same line her father once told her. "Knowledge is the only treasure that can never be stolen." The crowd stood up, applauding as her voice echoed through the hall. Among them sat Charles Donovan, smiling quietly, humbled forever. Ending message. So the next time you meet someone who speaks with an accent, remember. It's not a weakness. It's proof they're brave enough to speak another language, another culture, another world.